last time we took a look at how to embed a CSS style. So let's talk about the inline. So let's say, for example, you've got this embedded style sheet, but you know what? You only want a few elements changed. You don't want all your text to be gray. Let's say that, for example, you have the navigation down here that you want to be a different color. Let's say red, and you also want it to be centered. So you wouldn't necessarily have to create a CSS style for that, although you could. Instead, you can actually scroll down to your code and put the CSS directly into that one particular line of code that you want. So for example, let's locate our navigation. Our navigation sits inside this paragraph, and based on our CSS, we know that all of our text is going to be gray, and it will have a font size of 13. So that's the characteristics that it's automatically inheriting. But what we want to do is to change the characteristics of just this one paragraph, and that's where we're going to use this inline style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click inside the open paragraph tag directly after the name, and I'm going to hit space. And then I'm going to type in the word style equals open quote, and then I'm going to put the CSS declaration property and value that I want. So for example, I want the text to be red, so I will type in color colon, and then I will use the hexadecimal for red, the number sign F00. We could also type in the word red, and then close quote. So now when I click over here, only that section has automatically inherited the properties that I've set for it for that one paragraph by using an inline style. Now, what if I want that to be centered? So what I can do is go back into that open paragraph tag, go back with inside my style, right after the F00, I'm going to put a semicolon, because I'm going to add another property and value. So in this case, I'm going to do the text align property, colon, and then center. And then I'm going to go and put a semicolon to go and close it off for me. And when we click over here, it's centered. So now what you can see is that we've taken a CSS element and we've applied it to a HTML element within inside the web page. And so anything within inside, in between this open paragraph tag and that closed paragraph tag, will automatically inherit the characteristic that I set right here. So even though that we have an embedded style sheet determining the styles for the bulk of the page, we can always override it with an inline style, as you've seen right here. And it's that easy to do.